Hello, hello, and welcome to this week's episode of The Hard Choice. Simple steps for showing up. My name is Brad Draper. I'm your host. I'm grateful to be with you. I say that every week, but I am grateful. That's the thing. It's not just repetitious hearsay part of my intro. It's actually true. I'm grateful to sit in front of this camera. I'm grateful to have these conversations with you. I'm grateful to have impact in something, or at least I feel like I am, in something greater than myself. We all desire impact, and it's just what avenue are you doing that? This is somewhat of a digital journal, so to speak, on my learnings, where I've grown, where I have fallen, things that I have expanded my being with that hopefully teaches somebody else. They can either avoid a pitfall, they can grow, they can expand. I'll give you new things to think about, but it gives me the opportunity to do that because our thoughts precede our actions and our actions precede our opportunities. So I have this thought that I want to get out into the world. I want to share my mind. I want to share and educate and teach. This is my action, which creates opportunities. Some of those opportunities include teaching at the prison. It includes being on the TEDx stage a couple of years ago. It includes different relationships that I otherwise would never have had, all because I sit in front of this camera and I press record. How cool is that? All these opportunities because of an action I took that was preceded by a thought. And where you focus, you find. That's truly the case. I haven't said those in a while. I used to say them all the time, but they're true. And I love that. What am I doing? What am I talking about today? I do have a topic. Oh, this is by way of a massive realization, by the way. Like, huge realization. Over the course of my life, I have tried extensively to be there for my family, to take care of my family, to take care of my friends, to give as much of my energy, effort, mind, body, finances, whatever it is. I tried with everything I possibly can muster to be there for other people. I found it to be virtuous. I found it to be of good character and good moral standing that I gave everything I could to help others. It was one of those moral high grounds where I could stand in front of my God and say, I did everything I could to help them, whether they help themselves or not. I gave everything. And then I had a realization at one point in time. I was talking to my wife and I was like 2 or 3 weeks into 75 hard. This is probably the end of January 2026, beginning of February range. And doing programs like 75 hard, doing programs like training with a trainer with intent and purpose, tracking your macros meticulously, weighing everything, that is pretty freaking selfish. It is pretty self-centered, pretty self-focused. And I was in this crossroads. I was in this little bit of a battle because at this point in time, I needed to do my outdoor workout, but my wife needed help with our, at the time, 3-month-old. And our 2 boys were kind of just bouncing off the walls and being ridiculous. And so we kind of compromised, and I took the 3-year-old. It was nice enough outside. We had a really warm winter. So it was nice enough outside that I bundled up our 3-month-old into her Wookiee suit, covered up the stroller, and I pushed her on my outdoor workout. And I was pondering about this, that I left and went and did this thing that I had committed to. And then I realized it just hit like a switch. We've heard this statement, you must be selfish to be selfless. You have to place yourself first in some capacity. If you work yourself to the bone, there'll be nothing left. And you won't be effective or efficient in anything you do. If you just work 23 hours a day and you sleep for an hour because, other people, it will kill you, quite literally. But you must be meticulous about your sleep. You must be anal retentive about getting your tasks done. You must be adamant about movement and exercising your body and moving forward. I have told you guys before, more than once, that it's fitness, family, faith, 1, 1, 1. But if I had to choose one, fitness would be the top. Taking care of my body, taking care of my mind, mentally fit, physically fit, my health is fit. If I am as fit as I can be, if my mind is functioning optimally, my body is functioning optimally, I am strong. Mind, body, spirit. If they're strong, I can show up for people in my best capacity. Not just show up with Team C, but show up with the A team and actually help people move their needle. So which one's more virtuous? Running yourself dry because you're always helping and you don't want to take time for yourself. You don't want to be selfish and consuming the foods you need to consume. Whether you go out with your family, there's been tons of times over the last 4 months, almost 5 months, where I've gone out with my wife and brought my own food because I have goals. I have ambitions. I have things I want to accomplish. And sometimes that does not allow to go eat out, but it has to be meticulously tracked and observed. I mean, I went out to lunch the other day with one of my business partners and our employees. They're in town, or they were in town last week, and he invited me to lunch. I came to lunch, and I let them eat, and I enjoyed their company, and we enjoyed conversation. Then I came home, and I ate my lunch. Not a big deal. And they know that I'm on this fitness journey. And so I said, I'm not going to partake today, but I wanted to be with you guys. Is that okay? They said, no problem. That's awesome. When you show up for yourself first, it allows you to show up your best for others later. But if you're always showing up for others later and never showing up for yourself, you will run ragged. Mark my words. You will be so fried, so burned out, and so unfulfilled because you have no energy left for yourself. This is just crashing and zonking out every day. And it turns into just getting checklists done. There's no real intention behind it because there's no energy to put into the intention. You must be selfish with your time in order to be selfless. I can't orate this in any other way. But this light bulb, this switch needs to click for you. You have to show up for yourself first. And yeah, that means I get up at 4:30 in the morning, by the way. This is not, oh, the kids get ready for school at 7. I'm going to wake up at 7 when they wake up, and then I'm going to go to the gym because I put myself first. That's not how this goes. That's just being selfish to be selfish. There's no selfless in there. This is, I get up at 4:30. And when I get up at 4:30, I drink my liter of water. I take my vitamins and things that need to be taken on a fast. I do my meditations and prayers. I do my workout. I do all of those things. And yeah, my kids wake up at 5:30. My wife gets them moving. And then I come home and I get them ready for school. And many days I take them to school so my wife can go to the gym. See, I can show up better because my mind is there. My mind is active versus me just getting up with them whenever they get up, tackling it so my wife doesn't have to because she's exhausted from pumping and exhausted from postpartum. And then just running through the day, but never actually getting to my own growth, my own thing. I was talking to somebody just the other day and they said, I didn't get to the gym today. The day just caught up. Well, everybody slept in that day in their household. She did, her husband did, and their kids did. Everybody slept in. And when they all slept in, the day caught up quickly. Originally, it was supposed to be kind of a laid-back day for them. She woke up to a slew of emails and a slew of texts for jobs that came up abruptly, or things that need to be repaired, or things that need to be fixed, or whatever it was. The day caught up. And here we were in the late afternoon, picking our kids up from school. And she said, I have not been to the gym today. I said, oh, yeah, I can't. My mind needs that time. My brain needs the time at the gym. It needs the endorphin hit. It needs the chemical rush. It needs all the stuff that comes from fitness and moving my body. Not to mention I don't really wake up and I'm stiff and sore and it's just not good. It's not a happy camper Brad. And she said, I'm the same way. But the day just caught up. Well, it wouldn't have caught up if you didn't sleep in, right? If you took care of you first, before everything else, then you would have been able to show up a little better because you would have been cognitively and physically more present. You would have been more energized to attack the things of the day. As I told you last episode, I recorded these two back to back. So it's like, did I do that last episode or this episode? I think it was last episode. How I'm just kind of wound up. But I'm wound up because I took my supplements. I took the things that give me the energy that I need to just run through freaking walls. Just wall after wall after wall. Just run through them all. And how important that is to get me through all that I have. It's important to find the things that work for you. It's important for you to show up for yourself first so you can show up for others after. If you're always putting others first, you're never getting to yourself. You're going to burn out. And if you're experiencing that now, audit yourself. Audit how much you're showing up for yourself. Audit, are you doing the things that you love? I'm not just talking about fitness. I'm talking about artistic outlets. I'm talking about, are you getting your reading in? If you love to read, you should be reading every day, by the way. But if you're not, repent. Read 10 pages. It's not that long. And it'll work your mind. And it'll give you more knowledge to which can be applied for wisdom. Are you showing up in the things you love to do? Whatever it is. One thing I want to implement more is photography. I'm doing a photo shoot today of my son's lacrosse team. I did a photo shoot of a wedding 2 weeks ago. I did a photo shoot of my son's lacrosse game 2 weeks ago. I'm incorporating a little bit of the things that I enjoy, which is photography. Me sitting in front of this podcast with you, it is something I enjoy doing, that I carve out of my day so I can have this conversation with you. Is it taxing? Yes. Do sometimes I not want to do it? Absolutely. Is it really hard to shoe in sometimes? Most definitely. But I still get it in. I still keep a buffer. Like I said, I recorded back to back today. And 2 days ago, I did back to back again because I haven't recorded in the last 5 weeks because it's been so chaotic. But I'm still showing up. I'm still putting my best foot forward. And sometimes my C team and my D team show up. But I strive my best to make sure my A team shows up. And I do that by ensuring my needs are met first, not last. It's not selfish to do that. It is selfish if you do it in the wrong time. But if you do it with the right time, with the right intention, with the right energy, I promise you, it will move the needle for you and those in your world. And that's what I have for you. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for listening. Made it to the end. Awesome. I appreciate you. For those that listen over and over and over again, I see you. I'm grateful for you. I look at the statistics. I look at people that are listening. I don't know who you are, but I see you. Share this episode. It is the only way this show grows. The onus is on you. Find me on socials, Mr. Brad Draper. Let's have a conversation. Leave me a review. It's been a long time since I've got a review. So leave me one. If you haven't done that, just hop on over. Just give it a little hop and get it done. Like this thing, subscribe to it, download it for future listenings. Until next week, I love you guys. Bye.